Cancer, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. So this is going to be a love reading for the sign of Cancer. Strong placements. You know the drill, Cancer. There is a link in the description box if you don't know what your placements are. The Alabi chart. Okay. Let's see what's coming up for you, Cancer, for love. It is a scorching hot day today in Johannesburg, South Africa. I hope you're all staying hydrated. I don't know why I felt to say that. Okay. Usually as I'm shuffling, Cancer, what I'm doing is I'm meditating on and connecting with your energy. And for the first time in many readings, nothing is really coming through. So this could mean that you are just hibernating at the moment, Cancer. I did keep seeing the crab and the shell, and I thought, okay, it's just the symbolism of Cancer. But what I'm realizing now is that it's about going within and just separating yourself from the world and from social activities right now is what I'm feeling. Okay. Let's see what's going on for you, Cancer. Spirit, please and thank you for the sign of Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising. Venus, messages of love, light, and guidance. Negative energy must leave the space now. Only messages of love and protection for the sign of Cancer. Thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit, for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know about love? That's your card, Cancer. The Moon, Major Arcana. I'm just going to draw all the cards and then we'll see some guarded energy here. Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. Scorpio, the Death card. Death and rebirth. Pluto energy. Kali energy. Wow. Okay. Those wanted to fly out. Yes. The Four of Swords landed on the floor. That's the card of rest and healing. And that's what I was sensing for you, Cancer. This crab energy, hibernating, resting, healing. What also flew out is the Nine of Cups energy, which is wish fulfillment. And the Empress energy, which is Taurus energy, Major Arcana. You could be dealing with a Taurus. So we've got three Major Arcana here, Cancer. Is there anything else? Anything else for Cancer? At the bottom of the deck, Pisces, the Hangman. So another energy of pause. Queen of Pentacles, card of Capricorn. Earth energy. Capricorn is your opposite sign, Cancer. I just want to clarify what is going on here. Spirit, please can you clarify for Cancer these messages of love? Please clarify what is going on in this reading. Strength, card of Leo, Major Arcana, the Empress again, card of Taurus, so 2 Empress cards now from 2 different decks. The Knight of Cups energy, which is Pisces energy, but also your energy. And the King of Pentacles. Okay, that's interesting. Missed opportunity, the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of Taurus energy here, Cancer, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, but here we have a couple from 2 different decks. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. I just heard Romeo and Juliet. This could be a Romeo and Juliet situation where there is separation because of norms, because of family pressure, because of status, hierarchy, anything of that sort. Cancer, I feel, is the energy that is happening here. I do feel like this person is your wish fulfillment. I feel like, and you know, the wish fulfillment card is out here, 9 of Cups. It feels like a dream, it feels like an island holiday, and all of these cups are full of abundance. You feel alive when you are with this person. Usually, you know, this deck represents the 9 of Cups, full of, you know, fruit and bounty. I mean, look at the deliciousness in this card. And that hibiscus energy as well, which gives me the sense of, you know, being on an island, being in water. It is Cups energy. You feel free with this person. It feels like you are on a holiday every time you spend time together. It's kind of like that teenage love, that feeling of, you know, not wanting to leave each other's side. Very romantic. This person could be very romantic, or you could be very romantic, Cancer. The Knight of Cups energy, card of Pisces. Ready to commit, ready to emotionally invest. That horse is, you know, standing at attention, very proud. He looks deserted though. In this energy, he looks deserted. It's almost as if he's waiting for someone to show up. You know, hats off. There's a love letter on the picnic blanket, but there's no one to receive it. And there's one singing bowl, you know, which in this deck usually represents the Cups energy. And again, you know, in that bowl on the picnic blanket is all of this beautiful fruit and bounty. So I don't know why I get the sense, Cancer, that there was an ending of some sort, maybe a sudden ending to the situation because of, you know, differences in who you are as people. Maybe, you know, it was just a separation that both of you decided on because of one or the other that is evolving and needing to move. Maybe this is actually a move, a separation that is in the form of a move. And perhaps you've had to make a decision whether to go with this move or not. Something is evolving here. So here's the Empress from two different decks. Cancer, Empress energy, Taurus energy. It is about manifesting. It is about birthing. It is about bringing something new into this world. And if you look at this death energy as well, it's death and rebirth. Something is being recycled here. Something is dying to be reborn again. This could be a breakup. This could be a move. This could be a shift in one or the other person, an ascension, an evolution. But I'm seeing, the pattern of this energy, this death card energy that has this white, almost like a, it's not a lotus flower, but it kind of looks, like a lotus. And she is holding this white lotus as well. So there's the symbolism of, and if you know lotuses, they grow out of muddy waters. And we often don't pay attention to the muddy waters. We don't acknowledge the muddy waters. But it's about evolution. It's about going through the trials, tribulations, the pains of life to blossom into something new. Again, it's like a death and rebirth, the processing of that mud, shadow work, if you will, to come out with the enlightened vision, the enlightened advice, the enlightened guidance on your way forward. Something about this connection has ignited, this transcendence in both of you. Scorpio and Taurus energy, again, that's opposite sides of the zodiac. And I do feel, recently I've been feeling with the readings that the opposite energies of the zodiac have been igniting each other. And you do have Capricorn energy here. So your person could be a Capricorn Cancer, is what I'm feeling. And they've almost ignited or illuminated for you what has been beneath the surface. So moon energy is your energy, major arcana, the moon card. And it's about illuminating that which is unseen, the unconscious, the subconscious. It's about cycles as well. So, new cycles, nature cycles, the cycle of death and rebirth. And what this Nine of Wands energy is, the wounded warrior is what this card is called. And normally this wounded warrior is very guarded. But if you look at this card, he's standing and integrating all of those ones, and those ones, or that one energy represents all of the lessons, all of the, downloads, all of the pain, all of the hurt that has been logged into our systems, remembered by our system from previous relationships, not necessarily just romantic relationships, but any kind of relationships, any kind of love relationship where we've learned lessons or we've felt in a certain way, something someone said or did, how we were loved as children, sibling love. All of these memories are kind of, strands of our DNA, aspects of our wiring that are sitting there in the unconscious, waiting to be seen and to be heard and to be integrated, because they don't make up who we are. And we get to this point in our lives when we realize that we no longer want to be driven by what is unconscious, that we want to integrate and fully align with who it is that we are. And what he's getting from these ones is this growth. And if you look at the Empress energy as well, it is about growth. It is about growth. It is about birthing something new into the world. And out of this fire energy comes this earth energy. It's almost as if, I don't know if you've ever witnessed a wildfire or the aftermath of a wildfire, and it's almost like, and when it's natural though, when it is natural, it sweeps out everything and almost activates some of the seeds in the ground to grow anew. And there's new life that is birthed from that. And there's this death energy as well. It feels like a burning of self to rise up. And that's the, the symbolism of the phoenix. A burning of self to rise up and grow anew. It definitely feels like a completely fresh start. So this fresh start could definitely also be a move for you or your person that's causing the separation. But it definitely is a positive move, Cancer. And if this connection is meant to stay, it will stay. There will not be anything that will come in the way of that. I do sense that this has been quite an intense emotional process for you, Cancer. And because of that, you are needing to rest. You are needing to take some time out for healing and for restoration. And that's okay. Take as much time as you need. The Four of Swords is about putting the swords down. They're facing down. So it's not about fighting. It's not about attacking the situation. It's about integrating again, very similar energy. And both of the expressions are very peaceful in these cards. It's more about the pause and the listening than it is about the action right now for you, Cancer, whatever's going on in this situation. Also with the Strength card here, I feel like you need to take this pause and this rest in order to regain your strength, because at the bottom of the deck here, there are huge life lessons coming in here. Archangel Gabriel blowing or sounding his horn. Another card of Scorpio, that's karmic cycles. It's about lessons learned and lessons integrated. And behind that in the deck was the Chariot, which is about moving forward very swiftly. And that is your card, Cancer. And he's leaving his village behind. So this definitely could be a move. And, if you look at the Chariot, he does not have any reins controlling these horses. They are moving out of his own free will. With his free will and his intent, he's able to guide the direction of these horses. And again, it's black and white energy. It's opposites teaching each other. This is coming up for a lot of the signs. And there you see your symbol in the center there, Cancer. It's coming up for a lot of the signs in that in needing to look at both sides of the coin, needing to look at different perspectives, integrating different perspectives, and then moving forward with a whole answer, with a whole perspective that is not just one-sided, that isn't biased, that considers, all aspects of the situation. I hope this is making sense in some way. It feels very spiritual. You know how spiritual lessons sometimes don't always make sense, and priests and high priests and people of religious stature kind of tend to talk in riddles. That's the energy I'm getting from these cards. And it could be that you've sought advice from a priest, a swami, a Buddhist monk even. I really am feeling that energy. Is there anything else that Cancer needs to know? Please and thank you, Spirit. Is there anything else that Cancer needs to know? Please and thank you. Is there anything else that they need to know? What is coming next, Spirit? Please, any other cards of clarification for the sign of Cancer here? Wow. Okay. The King of Pentacles has now shown up in this deck. Card of Taurus, Page of Wands, the Chariot again. This is definitely a new adventure. This is definitely a new adventure for you, Cancer. Page of Wands is about newness. It's a childlike energy. It's about exploration. Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarians love to explore. In fact, they're known as the travelers of the zodiac. I'm definitely getting a travel energy here. And the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So that's the pause energy as well. So maybe it's a decision you need to make, Cancer, about whether you want to make this move or not. And that's okay. You know, take your time in doing this. Take your time in making the decision. Very big Taurus energy here. You could be also making this decision with a Taurus. And Taurians don't really like change. They're very homely bodies, as are you, Cancer. So this could be, if you are dealing with a Taurus, this could be a very big decision for the both of you. All right, Cancer, I want to try one more card from my Rider-Waite deck, just to see if I'm not missing anything here. Wow. Okay. So, card of Scorpio, and it's very similar to this death and rebirth energy. It's tower energy. It's breaking down everything to the ground so that it can grow up, grow afresh, which is what, we saw with the Nine of Wands energy and the Empress energy. It's burning everything that does not fit anymore, that isn't in alignment anymore. And I've been struggling with back pain as I'm sitting here, and it's reminding me now about alignment of your emotion, how you feel, what you think, and your action. The universe is supporting this shift for you. Another King of Pentacles, so that's the third time the King of Pentacles has shown up in your reading today. This could very well be, a career move, and it's a very abundant move. If this is what you're going to decide to do, Cancer. The King of Pentacles is very established in the material world. He's very grounded. He knows his worth. And that's what I feel that you're ascending into, understanding your worth and making decisions for your life path based on that. You see that abundance that surrounds him, and you can see his expression, how proud he looks, holding this pentacle and surveying his territory, surveying his land. It is a very fixed energy though. King energy is fixed energy, and being Taurus energy, it can be very stubborn energy, not wanting to shift, not wanting to move. But I don't feel like there is a choice here in this situation, Cancer. If this is a move, Spirit, will it be a positive move? If this is a move, will it be positive? Again, the Death card. Wow, repeating messages from different decks. And death scares a lot of people when it comes out, but it's actually about rebirth. And that is positive. Another card of Scorpio. So we have the Tower and the Death card now. Something major is shifting in your space, Cancer, or your person's space. This could even be a decision to go into ministry for some of you, or I do feel like there is some kind of ending to the relationship. Or maybe some eloping to be together. Anyway, Cancer, I hope that resonated. Let me know in the comments, and sending you so much love with this decision, if it is a decision, and see you next time.